This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Gracie Bar of Blacktown City.
Gracie Bar Blacktown City has a promo for the first 20 adult students for you to sign up. All you gotta do is just buy your gear, and you get 6 weeks free. So please come in, get in while it's hot.
Awesome. And what's the website?
It's gbblacktowncity.com.au.
Yep. Tell them that the Mixed Martial Artistas sent you.
Yes.
Welcome to the podcast. My name is Don.
My name's Icy.
And we are the Mixed Martial Artistas. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Theme song here. Welcome to the podcast. We are the Mixed Martial Artistas. My name is Don.
Hello guys, my name's Isaiah.
And here at the Mixed Martial Artistas podcast, we are trying to find the meaning in movement.
Yes.
Nice. Hey, Icy, how's it going, man?
Hi. I know it's been pretty good. It's been pretty insane few weeks, and hearing about the MMA, mixed martial artistas, I'm quite excited for this project we have.
What is this project here? Obviously we're sitting in this space. It's like a clean slate.
It is.
Each of us have done stuff separately. We're kind of now joining forces into this. Fusion into what this kind of thing is. We don't know what it is just yet, but we do know that it is the Mixed Martial Artistas. Look, I wanted to start this podcast because fitness and martial arts is a part of my life. It's something that I believe has become part of my identity and part of who I am. It's also shaped part of who I am, has been. And I think I want to see, I kind of want to share that with people, but also be able to show that same experience or share the experiences of other people who have had, maybe similar experiences to myself or completely different ones. And I would love to inspire people to do martial arts, to try to be fit, try to be healthy, because the longer that we live, the more time we'll be able to spend with our loved ones is the ultimate goal. You know what I mean?
That's true.
What about you? What do you think for this project?
I feel similarly in a way that our values align, and as well with hearing about it and being involved and collaborating with you, which I'm grateful for. It's understanding that we've both been on our individual journeys, experiences, both in the fitness and martial arts space. And it's gotten towards a point where we've built our credibility in both of our personal stories, and are now game enough to share that with everyone, and can't wait to have guests as well involved. It's just really, for me, I think, in hopes of bringing, you guys out there that are listening to our podcast along with the journey to learn, to discover, and to act on, because, that's really, I find, where great moments are had is through that action and through just that curiosity.
Yeah, heck yeah. So let's get started with the podcast, man. How did you, what was your origin story? How did you get started in jiu-jitsu? Was that the first martial art that you did?
Yeah, so it wasn't actually.
Yep.
I discovered first Muay Thai.
Nice.
Trained under the Full Force, which is still ongoing with the Bedado brothers.
Hey.
For a while, for between 4 to about 8. And then...
You were doing martial arts from the age of 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was... Yeah, I don't really remember too much, but I see clips here and there when I, want to visit some nostalgic moments, but... Yeah.
How old are you?
23.
You're 23. This guy talks like he's an old man. Nostalgic moments when I was 4.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. But for you, obviously you wouldn't have decided to do martial arts.
No.
At 4 years old. Was that your parents doing, or what was the story there?
Well, from what I understand, it was my dad's choice. He wanted to choose something I feel it's practical because it is a martial art, self-defense, and
Yeah.
discipline, and all these aspects, which I'm sure other people join martial arts or combat sports community. It was a bonding activity.
Nice.
That's what Muay Thai was.
Like a father-son activity. That's so wholesome.
So awesome.
That's so nice. That's so
Yeah.
wholesome. And then so from 4 to 8, I don't know, were you able to compete at that time? What was the story with
No.
Muay Thai? Was it just training?
Yeah, I remember it was mainly just training, more recreational.
Yeah.
After school. Yeah, like I just see clips. I did get graded. I think the highest grading that I did was to orange.
Okay.
For Muay Thai, and then
Nice.
yeah, it was enjoyable. I wouldn't say I was any good at it, but I had a lot of fun punching and kicking. Yeah.
But did it serve its purpose? Like, did that bring you closer to your dad?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Because now you guys are working together.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Couldn't have imagined.
And
but
it's
yes.
not Muay Thai now. You do
No.
jiu-jitsu?
I do jiu-jitsu now.
Yep.
So from 8 onwards, we pivoted mainly out of my dad's reasoning, which was got a lot of injuries, copped it. So we needed to find a different martial art that was more sustainable with like joint pain, which, yeah, for some reason it became jiu-jitsu. We discovered it randomly on a drive, and then I was the first one who tried it. I was a guinea pig, and then Dad was like, "Oh yeah, I think I could do that too." And then slowly, yeah, my whole family started it as well.
Yeah.
Siblings, got 2 other siblings, and my mom. Yeah, it's crazy.
Now it's a family activity.
Now it's a family activity.
I love that in martial arts. Firstly, it was Muay Thai that brought you and your dad together,
Yeah.
and now it's jiu-jitsu that's brought your entire family together.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're a black belt. Your dad is also a black belt.
Yes.
Your mom is also
Yeah, my mom's a black belt too.
black belt, and your siblings.
Siblings, my sister, she's a purple belt, so nearly on her way. It'd be crazy if we all get black belts one day. And then my brother, he's still in the kids, but orange.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah. That's great, man. That's awesome. And like, I think I love the philosophy for of your family. You guys just want to share jiu-jitsu with everyone.
Yes.
Because of what you've been able to find with jiu-jitsu, and it's not just I think this is what I really enjoy and really am inspired by with martial arts, because everybody has different experiences in martial arts. You know, some people might find that, you know, for them it's really about combativeness and
Yeah.
and you know, I want to beat people
bring
up,
that,
or like
yeah.
or a defensive sort of thing. For other people, it's finding confidence. It's finding, you know, family togetherness and all
Yes.
those things. So I'm
Connection.
really excited to try to find out what martial arts means for other people.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. And so how many years have you been doing jiu-jitsu now?
It's coming into my 15th year.
15 years of jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Yep.
It's a wild whirlwind, but yeah, I think just coming on that point with the family and support, I couldn't have done it myself. It's all through my parents and their ongoing investment in me and in my competitive career, and to my siblings too. Like, there's nothing really I can do to like pay that, but again, like through this, what we're building here today, it's a way to pay tribute to that,
Hell
to
yeah.
inspire others and be like, hey, you know, parents out there, or you know, adults that are trying to develop and form their identity in the world. It's like maybe combat sports is a way that you can find that purpose.
So in the 15 years that you've done jiu-jitsu,
Yes.
and there's I love that we've already found the meaning in what you found in jiu-jitsu, but going back to your origin story, you started off as a little Padawan
yeah.
8-year-old. how long
That's
was it?
right.
How long was it until you started competing, or how long was it until you started instructing? What was the journey there? What was the pathway there for you?
Yeah. So when I first started, I was like seeing the memories now. I was never natural, and then now as an instructor, I see, and there are kids or adults that come in that do their trial class and like, oh wow, they're gonna do great in this sport. They're natural, but I was never coordinated or as athletic as other kids. So there was a point in that time as well, early on, where I just got like fat and was like known as like the shopao, the
Like a pork bun.
yeah, pork bun.
Right.
So yeah, my cheeks were just also round, and I started competing probably like 2 years in, maybe like 10.
At 10 years old.
Yeah, 10 years old.
Yep.
And I remember it like it was yesterday. I was white belt or yellow belt. Yeah, probably yellow white belt.
Very early on in your jiu-jitsu career.
Early on in the jiu-jitsu career, going up against an orange. For those that don't understand, it's quite high in the kids system. So it was my first comp. I was going through an expert already, and I just got like demolished. I ended up getting bronze from losing, but I was like, yay, that was the state titles.
It's a pretty good result.
It was,
Not
yeah.
bad,
Not too bad. I don't remember.
It's not first though.
Yeah, it's not first.
Why didn't you get gold? No,
Yeah. Like I find, not saying too much with the current meta, but it's like, if you're not first, you're last, and not many people get to, like, glamorize the loss or the failure process. Now it's all about winning, but for me, for a long time, it was copying loss after loss after loss after loss, and probably at age 14. So I like to say that was my peak in competition, where it felt that I had to win, and that was part of my identity. I think when it came to training as well, just to speak briefly, jiu-jitsu wasn't how it is now. It was such a new, such a odd, unknown topic that when I mention it to friends or family, like, oh, what? I would never, that's weird. I get a lot of that response.
Yeah.
And there wasn't any kids in the program before, so it was just mainly me training with a huge room of adults, and I felt that has helped in my development to where I was competing at a high level. Like, I would just, it was a laughing stock to where people that would react would be like, oh, another gold for Iceman, because Iceman is my fighter name that I got from one of my early coaches, and I've just stuck with that.
It sounds like at 14 was when there was a bit of a turning point at age 14 for you, that you wanted to start competing a lot more seriously, versus just I'm doing this for fun, I'm just training. And what was that? How did it make you? How did you go from one, the other little 10-year-old that was just training, to then being like, okay, now I'm the Iceman? Like, what was the process there?
It's hard to get the recollection of what my thought process was like, but I think what happened was, in one certain competition, I had fought with a guy that just threw me 3 times, like back to back to back.
Yep.
And internally, I was like, this moment is never going to happen again. That was like the light bulb moment where I was like, okay, I got to like pedal to the metal. I'm going to dominate.
Nice. It was like, I'm sick of losing.
I'm sick of sucking.
I'm sick of losing. I'm going to decide to win now.
I'll decide.
That's so funny. I think that's a similar experience to sometimes with people when they're starting out with something.
Yeah.
You're automatically, if you've never done something, you're automatically going to suck at it.
Yes.
and then you'll probably continue to suck at it until you don't. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think at that point, from what you said at 8 years old, was it 8 years old?
Yes.
From 8 till about 14, that's, if my math is correct, 6 years
Yeah, 6
of
years.
grinding, drilling,
Mm.
and then, trying, failing, and then eventually being like, okay, now is the time I'm gonna be the person that I want to be.
Yeah.
Did the nickname Iceman come before the winning, or was that after the countless gold medals that you started winning?
I think it came during.
Yeah.
I think it came during that process where I was starting to find my footing in competition.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I always thought, I mean, I know that with fighters, like boxers and stuff, they have nicknames.
Nicknames.
When I was doing capoeira for a short period of time, they give you a nickname.
Yes. Like from the start?
From
Like
the
a
very
Yeah,
start.
yeah, yeah.
From the very start, because that martial art was based on secrecy and games, and
Yeah.
that's the culture behind that.
That's
we talk about that
Deep
in
dive.
in another episode.
Mm.
Stay tuned. But yeah, my one was Coringa, which means Joker.
Ooh.
Because I was
that's a
always
cool one.
like smiling or laughing during the
Yeah.
hoda, during the circle. Yeah. So when I heard that your nickname was Iceman, I'm like,
Yeah.
is that like the nickname that they bestow on you when you start doing jiu-jitsu, or is
Yeah.
it just that's your fighter name, really?
Yeah. I think with the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu culture or meta when it comes to nicknames, it's like you have to earn it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I've been through a few nicknames actually. So
Okay, let's run through the list of what your nicknames were.
Okay, so the evolution.
Evolution of
first.
Iceman.
It's not really much evolution, to be honest.
How
but
many names?
it's only just like one other name.
Great content.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No, go. What was the alternate name?
So
to
the
Iceman?
alternate name, because my nickname's Icy, it was Icy the Spicy.
Okay.
Yeah. See, I'm like.
Let us know in the comments which
one you prefer.
Which one do you think is the better nickname? Icy the
Yeah.
Spicy or Iceman? I mean, let's put it to the
Yeah,
viewers.
put
and
a poll.
listeners out there.
Yeah.
Right in the comments.
MMA Artistas.
So there were no
Glad
other
it
nicknames
changed.
other than those two.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know I know which one I would prefer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
I would
one?
prefer Iceman.
Iceman.
Yeah.
Mm.
Also, because I'm a bit of a comic book geek, so Iceman. So.
Ooh, yes, me
Yeah,
too.
man.
Marvel or DC?
I wasn't like I wasn't really too into. I was into both of them at the same time.
Okay.
But then there was this comic book event called Amalgam, where they combined DC and Marvel characters together.
Ooh. I'm still yet to discover that universe.
It happened in
I like
the
it.
90s or
Oh,
like the
okay.
early 2000s.
Okay, see, Don's here to educate me, guys. MMA Artistas, you're getting the exclusive for all my Gen Z out there.
We're establishing the dynamic of the podcast that this guy's the old guy
And I'm the young guy.
and he's the young guy who thinks he's an old guy.
Yeah, that fakes he's an old guy.
And this is the old guy that wants to be a young
Be a
guy.
young guy.
You're the young guy who talks like an old guy. Oh, I was watching videos. It was so nostalgic.
Yeah.
Back in the day when I was 4. So now you're an
Yeah.
instructor.
Yes.
You run a business. It's a family business.
Yes.
Gracie Baja, Blacktown City.
Yes.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, how long have you been in the business with your family? Did that start as you wanted to start that, or did your parents? You obviously said your dad wanted to move away from Muay Thai into Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, that's right.
Did he? Was there a moment when he went, "This could be a full-time. This could be a thing for us to be together and start a business"? What was the process there?
I feel with the timeline of how things worked out, when our family became more invested in it. The idea was, do we have the people around us, our network, to make this happen? Because as many of you that have small local business, it's hard. It's long hours with very little reward that comes at the beginning. So it was a partnership initially with my dad and his business partner. And then we started it at 2019. Of course, if you do the timeline and the history, COVID was a thing, and we were open during COVID. We had to quickly pivot through online classes, but thankfully, like the business kept on going. We had so much great support too, and to where it is now, next week or this week actually, when we're shooting this, we're gonna be celebrating our 6-year anniversary, which is crazy.
Yeah, congrats.
Oh my gosh,
Congrats.
it's honestly been such a roller coaster of emotions, because yeah, like with investing yourself within a business, you're also trying to manage other things with, your personal matters. And I feel like I've worked several jobs whilst, having to be an instructor. But, when it comes to a point where you just, I don't know if Don, if this has ever hit you, but you're like working a job and like, what am I doing here? I would rather have my time, energy, effort invested in something that is a lot more meaningful, and can impact people's lives than just going through being sort of this robot. Yes, I'll just phrase it in that way.
Yeah, I've definitely had that experience. For the longest time, I've always been working a 9-to-5 corporate jobs, but then also on the side, my side gig has always been music or creative stuff. And now I'm in this space of media and marketing, and I was working a 9-to-5, and it got to a point where I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to work for these people that I'm working for. So I'd rather, if I'm going to be stressed out and worried about, whatever, I'd rather be doing that for myself and pushing towards what my goals and my dreams are. And I think that's where we're at right now, trying to do this stuff, media, marketing, and talking about things that I love, right?
Yes.
Like martial arts is the stuff that I love. For me, growing up, I was never I was a nerdy kid. In primary
Shout
school.
out the nerds.
Shout out to all the nerds. I was in the library.
Oh my god!
I was in the library. I was in the chess
Love
club.
this origin story.
I was always there. Yeah, in primary school, I was the studious kid, kind of like always studying. I'd walk to school reading books and stuff like that. I wouldn't say when I was in primary school I was bullied, but it was more that there were a lot of kids that were more adept at sports.
Okay.
And it was either I found kind of solace in reading books and playing chess and doing stuff by myself. And because I could never compete in sports, and the kids that were better at athletic stuff, they kind of were like, yeah, and it was all just very big and bravado-ish, kind of like, I'm better than you, and suck it kind of thing.
Yeah,
and so I never
definitely
identified with that from an early age. It wasn't until in my early 20s that I decided to take up boxing. I did see the Badata brothers coming up during that time.
Wow.
In Muay Thai. I don't know, I think that kind of intimidated me a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think because I found
the nature.
I was training at the PCYC in Blacktown.
That's right by the Badata's gym. Yeah,
it's right next door. And I think because of the community that I found there, the trainer, my trainer Eric that was there, and also Tito Rick Fortaleza, who was a Commonwealth Games medalist. He's also Filipino. He was training there, and yeah, I felt very welcomed in that gym, in that environment, and so I just kept going back. I wouldn't say I was good at it either from the very beginning, but then there was a turning point where I decided, because I would watch the trainers train the fighters, so the ones that would compete, and maybe it was about my mid-20s that I decided, like, I want to fight. You know, and the idea was, for me, it got to a point where I wanted my outside to reflect what I felt inside.
Ooh.
To be,
What does that mean?
to be a fighter, to be someone who kind of like, not necessarily struggles, but works hard,
Okay.
and like
Reflect that.
I wanted to reflect it
Okay.
outwardly, not just like have this
Internal.
internal mentality in my mind. I only ended up like competing once. I became like a like the runner up in like the PCYC
Oh.
state titles. It was like, man, such a long
Wow.
time ago.
Yeah.
But for me, it became an obsession
Ooh.
because
Obsessions.
I was quite short, and a lot of the fighters were taller than me. My coach said, I'd like to put you down in a lower weight class. So he's going to put me in a flyweight class, which is
Oh,
about
yeah.
62, 63,
Mm-hmm.
maybe under 65 kilos.
Yeah.
I got obsessed with that, and to the point where I was close to 57 kilos. I was like
Whoa,
58.3
you cut.
maybe.
Yeah.
But then the next weight class is 57, so I could have just
Okay.
easily gone to that weight class.
Yeah. But
I overdid it
Mm.
in reducing my weight. I didn't win when I competed. I lost on points, but that's because the guy who I was competing against was much bigger than me. He was under
Right.
65 kilos, dehydrated at
Yes.
the weigh-in, and
then you
all
both.
of
Yeah.
this, all of that. You do the weigh-in in the morning, then you rehydrate, and so you're a lot bigger,
Mm-hmm.
and you could see it. The dude was a lot bigger than me, and then I kind of just didn't do any boxing for a little while.
Okay.
Found capoeira
Ooh.
because a friend of mine was like, "Hey, I'm starting a capoeira school." Cool, all right. Did that for a little bit. Didn't enjoy it as much because there wasn't that immediate
Connection.
connection. I love the culture, the traditions of capoeira, because it's about fun. It's about a game. It's
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And there's also food, and there's music, and it's a whole culture, which is amazing. And that's what when I realized that martial arts is more than just trying to fight and combat and defend myself and all of these things. It's a culture.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't progress very far in capoeira because I was always working 9 to 5, so I was always in the struggle of trying to, should I be focusing on what I'm working on, or should I be focusing on my health? And then
Yeah.
I was always kind of like half in
Mm-hmm.
to it. Started doing Krav Maga because I wanted to be like Batman.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I wanted to be like
Wow.
Batman.
It's the
And then
first time I've heard that. Yeah.
And
Okay.
I know, in the comics, Batman knows multiple martial arts, but
Oh yeah.
Krav Maga it seemed like the most practical one
Mhm.
at the time to defend yourself on the street, and and the cool thing was, like, there's knives and guns involved and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Did that, and then eventually became an instructor and was doing that for a little while.
Mhm.
And now that I'm 40, I am kind of just finding, I think a similar mindset to what your dad had,
Okay.
where it's like striking sports are tough on the joints.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I still do a bit of weightlifting now and then, but then when I do hit the bag every now and again, I feel it. I feel it now. I still feel it with jiu-jitsu. I could
Yeah, I
get
know. It's
sore
like
sometimes.
joints. Yeah.
He got me in an
You
arm
got
bar
fit-
the other day. I'm like, okay, there it is. And then the next day
feel
I'm
it.
like, oh, it wasn't too bad. And I went, oh, well,
Yeah, maybe.
that hurts. It actually hurts. So and that's my story. It sounds like a kind of like long-winded story, but again, I kind of just want to try to get into the minds of people who have experienced martial arts, done martial arts, have fought, have like done all of these things,
Yes.
and see where their journeys have taken them. So, yeah, man, that's the kind of thing.
That's so cool. Like, because for me, like, in comparison or relation to your story, I've stayed consistent with jiu-jitsu for a while, but you've had like pivots to where you did boxing, you did capoeira, you've done Krav Maga. What was like the overlap between each of these disciplines and even now jiu-jitsu that you feel is like a life lesson to share with all the mixed martial artistas out there? Was that our base? Yeah,
that's a good
cool.
question. That's a good
Yeah.
question. I think if I'm trying to find some sort of common denominator amongst all of them, was how curious I got about it.
Wow.
So with boxing, it started off with, part of it was around about the same time that there was an anime called Hajime no Ippo. And it's about a boxer, a kid who was bullied, and then, he
Climbed the ranks.
he climbed the ranks and became champion. Of
Damn.
like, watch the anime if you ever get a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
But and I kind of identified with that. I'm like, this is me working, and I'm curious about little things, like if I, pivot my hip just a centimeter more, then I have a little bit more reach, or if I move in a certain direction, if I move my foot in this direction and that direction, I can get there faster. And it was those little things, those little incremental improvements that kind of drove me forward. That it's like, how can I get a little bit better every single day at this? And then I was like, oh, curious, like mad. And then even with capoeira, completely different way of thinking, because you're not looking to hit immediately. You're looking to misdirect and then hit and then trip and then do all these things. And then, Krav Maga, a little bit more grappling there, but it's also understanding the situation. I think a lot of people think Krav Maga is immediately like, oh, destroy.
Yeah.
But it's, how do you carry yourself in a situation? How much spatial awareness do you have? And then if there is a threat, you also have the option to run away. You don't have to engage. You can defend yourself. You can disengage on all those things, de-escalation, and all of these things I was curious about. And I was like, okay, how do I become good at this and make little increments towards improvement? And I think now I'm trying to learn jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you go to
Great.
Gracie Baja, Blacktown City, you can get 6 weeks free
That's right, guys.
if you pay for your gi
Yep.
and your rash guard.
Well, there's limited spots, 20.
20
guys,
spots.
20 spots coming in hot. I think we had someone join up just the other day, so 19 spots.
Nice. Okay.
It's been good. Yeah, something that I was like hearing with that and the anime too. You know the Karate Kid movie? Not the the Mr. Miyagi one, but Jaden Smith. The I know, guys. I could talk about this, relation, but
I like that. I like that. That's how we can find out how old someone is.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah. Which Karate Kid have you watched?
which Karate Kid do you
like?
identify with? Which Karate Kid? Jaden Smith or Daniel Macchio?
Yeah,
Is that his name?
I think so. The actor name? I just know he's LaRusso.
Yeah.
Cause after
Daniel
Cobra Kai-
LaRusso. I can't
yeah,
remember.
Daniel
I can't remember the
LaRusso.
name. Sorry, my bad.
It was definitely like
But we
character.
remember Jaden Smith. Ooh. Sorry. But I think it's just on a side note of that. I think it's really cool that they're kind of bringing it together.
Yes.
They've brought the new Karate Kid as well as the original one. Anyway, so your point, you were saying the Karate Kid.
Mainly, I think what I resonated with in your story, or what probably the listeners are resonating in their own respective journeys, it's that you feel this sense of, to put it honestly, like worthlessness, and you're trying to find that tool or that vehicle that can transform you in a way where, oh, actually, after hard work, there is quite merit benefits to it, and probably furthermore, just seeing the thing what you were saying with culture and connection. That's a big thing I see when I see in hindsight other combat sports or people that are interested in it. That's what they gel with too.
Yeah, yeah. I've always heard that, like, people, the reason why people stay in some jobs is not necessarily because of the money or anything like that. It's because of the people there, right? And the reason why they leave certain jobs is because of the people. And so culture and community is a massive thing when it comes to these sorts of things. I probably wouldn't have stayed doing those particular martial arts if I didn't find a connection or culture that I did in those places. Yeah. I like what you were saying about trying to find, like, we all had this, trying to find confidence in martial arts. And I've always believed that confidence can be found not necessarily in affirmations, but it's in actions.
Yes.
Doing those actions. And
100%.
And I like the fact that, yeah, just go out there and do stuff. And then to give yourself the proof that you're like, hey, you actually can do this. It kind of brings me to an understanding of why you would look back at your old videos and be like, hey, I did that, you know?
Yeah.
I did that. That was something that I did, and it's so very old man of you. Just be like, oh, man, I remember those days. I was such a young whippersnapper.
Whippersnapper.
Such a young little whippersnapper. I got thrown there. Oh, there's the leg sweep. Oh. And then there's a moment where you're like, oh, there, look at that guy. I'm going to dominate and choke this guy out.
Wait. Grandkids, if you're watching this, I love you guys.
Grandkids.
I know. Am I thinking too much? Thinking too old?
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, man. But yeah, like, where do you want to take? Obviously, it's to grow your business, right? But where do you want to take? Where do you see yourself in the future, like in the next 5 years, for instance?
I think navigating adulthood has been quite tricky and kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
Two things, friendships, like the whole connection thing. I realized that in high school, or with majority of my life, it was in school. It was out of necessity because we were in proximity of each other, like with so much time that once that proximity was taken away, there wasn't really much that we had in common.
Right.
So I'm like, dang, even though I'm like messaging every so often, I'm not getting the reciprocation. So it's like, you don't want to waste your time and energy to egg something on that's not there.
Yep.
So I felt that's kind of challenging, as well as, building a livelihood, because I think in future eventually, I'm not in the immediate future, but having like a family would be great. With the business at Grace Ball Blacktown City, it feels to me like a baby. Even though I'm not the owner, I've been there through the thick and thin of seeing the development from how it was. It was a mechanic store to now a jiu-jitsu school, hosting kids and adults of all ranges and ages and walks of life and experiences levels. It's about, for me, scaling that. I felt that just based on my personal story and sharing that with all you out there, there's so many stories, like including yourself and including so many other people that I get to train with on the daily basis, their story, and in hopes of inspiring the other people out there, because I believe that if one person is feeling this way, there's many other people like them
Feeling the same thing.
that are feeling the same thing. So I think just seeing more involvement, where we are taking action now with being our intentional with the community, having social events every month. That's something that we're aiming for in the gym.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, that's how I see the future of, or it's happening already, business and this personal relationship and this dynamic. Because I think with the height of like online and digital, it feels that life, although it's getting more convenient, it's getting harder to trust and connect with people in a way,
In a meaningful way.
in a meaningful way.
Right.
So I think just trying to take that mission on, using jiu-jitsu as like that foundation, and then meeting creators like yourself and being inspired, because I think that's where I see where I'm gonna play my role is I've done my time. I'm still continuing to do my time in jiu-jitsu, whether I even revisit competing. Shout out Philippine national team. Doing that and contributing my efforts to bringing Philippine Jiu-Jitsu to that world stage, or it's just being the instructor or helping out with framing jiu-jitsu in a way where the everyday average person can do it. And I think creators like you or people that just are so great storytellers can convey that message. That's what I believe.
Nice.
That's what I'm gonna work on.
Nice.
What about you?
I want to continue to do martial arts without injuring myself too much. But I think yeah, for me it is trying to. I really do enjoy building platforms and shining light on culture, on people, showcasing, talent and sharing stories and experiences with people, because like there's such lack of a better word, rich tapestry of stories out there.
Yeah.
Especially in this little pocket of the world that is that is martial arts, that is fitness, that is health. There's so much stuff there that's that people don't know necessarily how to navigate,
Yes.
because
You're right.
because health and fitness and martial arts to a degree is intimidating. Nobody knows,
Very
what do I
vulnerable,
get into?
yeah.
What do I eat? What do I do? I have to exercise?
Educated, yeah.
All of these sorts of things, and if I can make that more accessible to people, if I can make that, or at least inspire people to do more martial arts, to try to be fit and try to be healthy, then that would be the ultimate goal, yeah. Well, sounded like a bird hit the building. Recently, my mom started doing some personal training,
Oh,
and
nice.
doing boxing and things
Yeah.
like that, and watching her talk about whether or not something fits her macronutrition, or
Wow.
that kind of
great.
stuff. You know what I mean?
Constructive.
And because my family, it's hereditary to get gout. Right, it's very. I know it's one of those topics for Filipinos that
Yeah.
we all get gout, but it's something that's a reality for my family, and so I still do not want to get that. I've seen how painful it looks and how debilitating that can be, and so I'm like, I don't ever want to get that. So I'm gonna try to do everything within my power to not get that. And then it's just trying to understand, trying to be healthy. Like I said, I'm 40 now, which is crazy. But there's times when I still think that I'm like, a 25-year-old dude,
Yeah.
because
Feels great.
like not warming up before a jiu-jitsu class and then waking up the next morning and I'm like, why
Yeah.
does my back and
Repercussion.
elbows and knees and everything hurt? Why?
Why?
That's
Buddy,
because,
why?
because I didn't warm up. Should have warmed up my joints. before Icy threw me to the mat. My
Yeah,
goodness.
damn. Who's that guy?
If you've gotten this far into the episode,
Mm-hmm.
don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And tell us, what martial arts do you guys do? And, how did you get started and why? Why did you get started? Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely curious to find out, and finding meaning in movement. I think
Yeah.
it hopes to inspire everyone that's watching. Because something that I got this last note is inspire in. So you gotta it's gotta come from within you. We can just continue saying and blabbing and yapping on with guests that we're gonna come through or with each other, but if you're not taking the action or what's necessary to become that version of yourself that you want, what we're doing is for no reason. So you guys do it.
I like that you're putting it on them.
Yeah, subscribe right now.
You're putting it on them.
I'll put you in a chokehold.
You better do something, because otherwise all of this
Yeah,
production value is for nothing. I like that. I think just a quick thing about the types of guests that we want to have on this show.
Yes.
Again, we want to have other instructors. We want to have fighters, people that have competed. We want to have experts in all of the respective fields for health, fitness, martial arts. We'll take trips down memory lane. And I would love to see that as well. Especially want to see you nostalgic, and we could probably talk to some old mentors or instructors of yourself and of myself. Because that would be really cool. But who would you like us to interview? Whether they're here in Australia or whether they're abroad, type in the comments who you would like us to talk to, and let us know what you would like us to talk about as well.
Yes. Getting all your thoughts and just spreading more love to you guys that's watching from us here at MMA Artistas to you.
Yeah. Cool.
That's
Thanks,
a wrap.
Izzy.
Thank you, Don. That's a wrap, guys. Pilot episode.
And that was the first episode of Mixed Martial Artistas. My name is Don,
My name's Icy.
and we'll see you guys next time.